Who knows how this blockade in the Strait of Hormuz that Trump imposed is ultimately going to go. But the one thing we do know is that, and I think this is pretty clear, Iran is essentially out of power and out of any real options here. For lack of a better term, they really are caught between a rock and a hard place. I think the Iranians will strike a deal, and probably sooner rather than later. They don't want to lose control of their oil. It's that simple. And that's what they are risking not coming to some sort of an agreement. Look, oil is their main resource. It's their lifeblood. It's their entire economy. If it comes to be that the United States takes Kharg Island, say, that's it for Iran. What other resource could they hope to use to rebuild anything? And if their economy collapses, how much power will the supreme leader continue to have? The people will revolt. Granted, that may still happen anyway, but it's almost guaranteed to happen if the Iranian economy is left in ruins. And here's the thing I think a lot of people seem to be missing. It's the numerous opportunities Trump has really given for the regime to come to terms with their situation and come to the table to talk. Trump easily could have just ran roughshod right over Iran in one major military operation that would have ultimately destroyed them completely with no concessions at all. Operation Epic Fury could have had a far graver objective. Take everything out. Their military, their defense systems, their power grid, their oil, their nuclear ambitions notwithstanding. It could have all been obliterated. But contrary to popular belief, Trump is not a madman. He's simply doing what we've said all along we wanted to do. Keep nuclear weapons out of the hands of Iran, something everyone in any position of power has ever said. Former presidents, congressmen and senators, top generals and military officials on both sides. Trump is giving Iran a choice, and ultimately he's giving them a chance. As Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Vice President J.D. Vance have both said recently, the ball is in Iran's court. What they have to decide right now is what's more important to them, the fight, their nuclear ambitions, or a chance to survive as a nation that has any relevance in their region, the chance to build back at all from the ashes. The Navy is picking up Iran's mines in the Strait. Iran has no ability to stop our blockade. They can't collect tolls for passage to buy more weapons or fund anything else. It's over. And to top things off, it looks like some of our allies are willing to now lend a bit of a hand to help us accomplish the mission and end the war. Again, Iran is caught between a rock and a hard place. The best outcome for them really is to hand over their uranium, keep the strait open and unhindered, keep Kharg Island, and move on from this with at least an ounce of dignity left. There really is no leverage for them to negotiate here. The Strait of Hormuz was really their last and final stronghold. Trump's taken that away from them. I admit, I sort of feel a bit awkward saying that allowing someone to survive is an olive branch, but it really is. Will Iran take it? That's anyone's guess. Iran doesn't operate through politics and normal national interests. They operate through a core ideology that runs deep, based on their religion, the 12s, and the hopeful resurrection of their Messiah. But they have made choices in the past to at least protect their existence. Maybe this is one of those moments. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But one thing's clear. The clock is ticking, and Trump will only give them so much time to decide what their next move will be. I'm looking for a good outcome. Trump certainly wants that. I think we all want that. The world wants that. Not so much for the regime, but certainly for the Iranian people. They are the ones who will suffer the greatest tragedy unless their leadership decides the best path. But again, the ball is not in our court, it's in theirs. And depending on how Iran plays the game, what happens next is not a decision that the U.S. makes. It's delivering on a promise we already made in the beginning.